shop. All right. Oh, yeah. So, welcome to the RV Pirate, episode 60 something, because I'm actually not sure, but I started this while driving and it makes it really hard to know. I'm not sure, like 64? That sounds good. Uh, 60 something. We're in the 60s. Bunch of episodes. It is nice and warm. I am in California, I'm driving my RV about 2 hours to Joshua Tree. Well, like maybe an hour and a half, a little more than an hour and a half. And look at this, like cowboys and crosses. Whoa! Did you see that stuff? It's like a bunch of metal. Oh wow! It's everywhere. Whoa! Oh man! Wow! That whole thing was insane. I would have stopped there. Should have taken my moped there. Did you guys see that? That was a bunch of giant metal art. Like, that was crazy. I saw a sign advertising that place. I didn't know. Man, I could if I would have eaten there at that location, then I would have maybe saw that metal stuff. Here's a wine place. There's like a bunch of wine being grown over there. You know, I wanted to try and experiment. I usually use my Bluetooth headset, but I've realized it actually sounds really good without it, like my phone. So I'm going to set it up the other way. But this way, you guys will really hear my engine and the squeaking of my turning of my steering wheel. And I can feel like I have to yell. But maybe I don't. Maybe it does work better than I think. I have to turn up here. Wow, there's more of those statues. I don't know which angle we want to do. Horses. Those are metal. I bet those are so expensive. How cool is that? I'll bet that guy sells those to people.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto California 371 East.
Wow, yeah, and you might hear that. Did you hear that lady yelling? Did you see that little general store? That's how you know you're out in the middle of nowhere. Stop at one of these places and show you what the desert really looks like. I'm about to go way out in the desert. The trip that I have made, there was a choice.
Take the next left onto California 371 East.
I have a feeling that's not going to work out for you guys. Let me mute her. My British lady yelling, we can mute her. Okay, this semi behind me is probably like, what is he doing?
Continue on California.
Alright. So I made her be quiet. I just got to pay attention to the directions though, or I'll miss it. I don't know if the loud engine's going to ruin this. I may go back to Bluetooth mode, but I don't know if the audio will switch. Because even though the Bluetooth headset I use, it doesn't sound that good. It's pretty cheap. It works well. It works okay. It's gotten the job done. I just don't want to buy an expensive Bluetooth headset because I lose them all the time. Like I keep buying a bunch of $30, what's the name of it? The Volbeats or something, not Volbeat. Volbeat's a band. It's like that though. It's something like that, and they're like really cheap on Amazon. They work really great, and if you lose them, you don't feel bad because they're only $30 and not $300 like Apple headphones or something insane. But and they wrap around your ear, which I think you need. I
I don't think they should make Bluetooth headphones that don't wrap around your ears. It's like a way to make sure you lose them, and it's stupid. I'm not going fast, and my engine is not giving me much. But I'm up in these mountains, see these people passing me, that's what I'm pointing out. Everybody thinks I'm slow, and I am slow. And I'm actually not really in a hurry, so I really don't care. Because this view is pretty amazing. As long as you're not in a huge hurry, this RV being all slow is okay. Pretty sure I'm not running on all cylinders though. I need to get that looked at. Because I don't have much power. And it kind of sounds funky. I don't know. Can you even hear me talking over the sound of the engine just eating gas for $7 a gallon? Or the squeaky steering wheel when I turn it, there's a slight squeak. It's pretty annoying. I mean, you get used to it if you're in it, but for people not, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have pointed it out, but you'll be like, what is that dog? What is the sound of that dog crying? That's what it seems like. I had this guy get in my RV to like change the oil or something like that, and I think it was just an oil change. And he got in the RV, and he goes, you don't have any pets or anything, right? Like a dog in the back? And I'm like, no. And I realized he was totally hearing the squeaking of the steering wheel, which is really funny because it does sound like a crying dog. He's like, what's going on in here? Wow. I think these roads are about to be some of the most beautiful ever. But I think driving across this direction, I'm asking for treacherous roads. My RV is not badass at all, dude. It is like literally just bad. Like, we're just in a box, floating across the country, barely getting by, man. Look at the desert, just going through the desert. Next move is I'm going to another Campground of America, and I know I keep going to Campgrounds of Americas, and some people don't want me to do that. It's repetitive, but you know why I do it is you know what you're getting. You know what, there's a level of standard. They always usually put them in decent locations, and yeah, and now I'm a VIP member. I just became a VIP member today. So now I'm in a whole league of saving money, and well, we're gonna see how much money. We're gonna see what VIP really means now, right? There should be rewards somehow, but I'm not sure how many rewards you really get, to be honest. But that's part of the test. I'm now officially 1 month in too, guys. 1 month celebration. I wish I would have brought that up right at the beginning. 1 month. I'll bring it up again. I'm going to Joshua Tree, or I'm going near Joshua Tree. Whether I actually go to the park or not, I don't know, because this is like a typical Campground of America thing, is they tell you it's Joshua, this is the Joshua Tree Campground of America, and it's Palm Springs, so it's not close to either, because it's just the closest Campground of America to them. So, like, sometimes they like to do this ridiculous thing where they're not even close to each other. Like, they practically are like, this is the Campground of America for America and Mexico. Like, it's like gigantic distance between the things they're talking about. But I guess they have the right to do that. I mean, the only problem is when you book a vacation somewhere and you go, Campground of America in Chicago, or, well, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. Go to hey, never mind. It's fine. Maybe. Anyways, Campground of America in Temecula. And then you're actually like 45 minutes from Temecula, right? That's that wasn't the case for this one. But I'm saying, okay, here's the example. Jacksonville, KOA. This is a real life example. Jacksonville, KOA is 45 minutes from Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, I know, is the biggest city size-wise in the country. But it is nowhere near Jacksonville. It's actually in Georgia. Literally, it is right across the border of Georgia. So you're not even in Florida. It's crazy. You know, people that think they're going to be in Jacksonville on vacation are going to be pretty upset when you have to drive an hour. But maybe do your research. But that's the thing. KOA, it's not about research. You're like, I'm going to go to this place. I'll just do KOA in that area. And you go. And that's actually really easy. And it's nice that you know what you get. Can't deny that part. Man, look at these horses. Those are nice. Like blonde. Imagine living on a ranch out here in the desert. All these people are lined up behind me for miles. I am not moving hardly at all. So, I don't know. My engine is garbage. I think I'm going uphill. That doesn't help. Wow, these buildings. California is very Mexican style. Oh, there's a dinosaur. Here's the big joke, right? Why are there ceramic dinosaurs all over the United States? Like in the 50s, I love it in a way. It's really interesting, but like in the 50s and 60s, they decided to, in 70s really, it happened for a long time. They just made all these tourist traps with gigantic fiberglass animals and stuff so that there's something to do in some of the most boring places in America. So when you drive like 100 miles, the only thing you're gonna see is the world's biggest cucumber because it's made out of metal and it's in some desert somewhere. Or the world's biggest pistachio, which is a real thing, which is actually what I was talking about, but I just made my own joke. And I'm sure the world's biggest cucumber is somewhere, and it's, you know, it's not a real cucumber, and it's, but you know, you pay and you go, and it's really funny. There's nothing more American than Americana trash, like, and that's a lot of places. Go to a flea market. A flea market is the most American thing you can experience. If you want to know what America really is, you got to go to a flea market somewhere, because I just think you get it all. That's everything. Watch all these cars start passing me. And they should, and I want them to, because I'm out here kind of enjoying the desert. Plus, I'm actually flooring it, and my engine is not giving me anything. So I don't know if we got problems. High altitude doesn't help anything. Wow, visually that's like some epic cinema. I don't know if people want to see me driving and hear me talking. I'm just kind of, you know, capturing the adventures. Driving to Joshua Tree is not something everybody does all the time, right? Some people do maybe, but not me. Everybody says it's like a spiritual, magical place, right? Everybody talks about doing psychedelics out at Joshua Tree, right? That's usually mind-altering substances out in Joshua Tree. But I don't have any access to any of that. So, unfortunately, you know, maybe that'd be a good time. Who knows? You know, people talk about it. This guy's honking. Fuck. Whoops, don't cuss. You kind of want that guy to hit the cow that's in that picture for him honking at me. Oh, what are you doing? Hey, yo! Freaking dumb idiot. What do you think this is? We're in national park territory and I'm in an RV, and this guy out here is like, I'm the city douchebag. I got things I gotta be doing. I gotta get to the place. Look at that. That mountain is covered in snow over there. I don't know if you can see that. Snowy mountaintops. You know you're up in the air when the mountains aren't that big, but everything's covered in snow, so you're just high up next to the clouds. Temecula sounds like a disease. Wow, look at the fields of flowers, like dandelions. That whole thing is yellow. There's a hair studio and a coffee shop. That was really weird. That was so hipster out in the middle of nowhere. I didn't show that though. I was showing this side, so my bad. I do bad sometimes at the camera, but it's like, you know, you can't do it all. Well, I do it all. I can do it all. Come on. I do it all the time. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I had a team of people to help. Tell people to help me. If you really want to help, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I don't know where it is. Is it over here? Subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when I go live. Hit the like button. Hit it. I don't know where it is. Smash it. Just start smashing everything on your screen. Click on all the parts of the screen. You will eventually find one of these things and it will work. Just don't exit on accident. But yeah, follow the adventures and then tell somebody. Honestly, I have a big opportunity in the works right now. If you go watch my last episode, I talk about it in detail. Well, it's still vague. I can't give real details till the thing goes through. But again, I'm a musician and most of these adventures are because of music. And so I travel around playing music places, and then I live in an RV and I show people and I go on adventures. But there's potential that I may be going to Qatar for the Olympics and performing. I've said it on here, but what's fun about on here is some people watch my short videos, but only a select group of you are watching my lives. My live streams and my full episodes. So those of you watching, I love you guys. Like, thanks for actually paying attention. It's fun. I'm trying to give you guys cool stuff. Look at that. Yeah, this place. Motocross. Wow. You see that? Oh, man. Oh, I love motocross. Wow. You know Travis Pastrana is like going all over these places. All these pro... like this stuff. There's another one. There's a learn to ride place though. That's not where he's going. I saw a bunch of motocross places in the other live streams that I did on my I'm gonna just start my motorcycle. We're gonna call it a motorcycle because even though in some places it's a moped and other people call it a scooter, a lot of people call it a motorcycle. So, wow, look at the size of that giant rock. That's a big rock. That's the rock. That's Chris Rock. I'm gonna slap it. I'm gonna slap it off that hill, right off the top of its monument. Bring it down a peg. Bring them all down. Anyways. So hopefully I may end up going to a different country. We'll see. But right now, this is what we're doing. We got cows. We got nature. I got a weekend planned in Joshua Tree. That doesn't seem very productive musically, right? Like musically, I'm not really going to the scenes, but it's hard to get an RV park next to the music scenes, and I gotta ride my bike there. There's all these things. I will probably start doing that stuff though, more city music scene stuff, because I gotta make more connections that way while I'm out here. I mean, I've been doing a lot of nature stuff, which is what I didn't get to do when I lived out here for years before. I never did this stuff. Not really. So look at this casino. In Native American casinos. That's on a reservation, and then they make tons of money and become super millionaires. Angry Californians in their trucks passing me, all like tourism. guess what? I'm why they make money. So don't be mad. Because nobody, I mean, it's a freaking desert, dude. If there weren't idiots like me trying to come out here just looking at it or passing through. Desert towns, I mean, all the beautiful stuff's gone. Now we're just, I mean, it's interesting still, right? Was it ever interesting? Does this sound like garbage? How does this sound? That was weird. Everything out here is weird. I'll bet if I stopped at these places, there's like museums of the weird, like, you know, you go in a room and there's like weird jars full of like animals. Like the bizarre, it's like freak show stuff. I mean, it certainly is. I'm right at home, alright? Look at me, I'm just so white trash in my white beater. You got this guy homeless or whatever that guy was doing. He's about to murder everyone because we're out in the desert and apparently everything has to be like that. Well, I don't know how far committed I should be to the sound of, like, if the audio of this is garbage, well, guess what? Everything I do is a big experiment, and if it doesn't go well, I don't overthink it. We move on. You just pump out garbage. For those of you who ever want to be a creator, like, I may not be that popular or whatever, but I've made a lot of stuff. You can go look at Sparky Sin. Go look at my music channel where I do all my music, the stuff I've been talking about. Look up Sparky Sin, and Sin X. That stuff. There's a lot of videos there, and there's a lot of videos here. There's more production value on the other videos, though. I put a lot of production value into that other channel. This channel is mostly me just trying to capture the scene and react. It's like live reaction videos. Like, we're gonna walk into a spot I've never seen, and I'm gonna taste things and smell things and touch things. Oh yeah, touching it all over. Don't talk like that. Shut your mouth. Oh, there was like red berries or something over there. There's no way you saw that. Hey, fun fact, I lost a pair of keys. Here's another small bull BS thing going on. I lost my keys to my motorcycle and don't know where they are. They're maybe in my RV somewhere, or they're out somewhere. I may or may not have had a couple drinks and then God knows what. That's a different story though. Or is it the same story? Is everything one big story? Probably. You're watching the RV Pirate. That's what you're doing. And we are in beautiful spots. Joshua Tree, I actually don't know much about it other than I've heard the people talking about all the, you know, hippie stuff. Hippies talk about it, right? It's the most famous, probably, arguably the most famous hippie gathering spot in America for sure, and maybe even in the world. I don't know. I don't actually know how. I just know of it, and I think everyone knows of it. Like, there's a couple things like the Swanee Music Park and Joshua Tree. Is that it? Town. We're in a big town now. Look at that. They got a giant cowboy boot. This is a big town here. Oh no, these lanes are merging, so I'm not gonna do anything. This person can pass me all they want. There's a Dairy Queen. I don't need gas, which is surprising and saving me money right now. Gas is crazy. Look at this guy just gonna haul ass and let me run him over. Smoke shop. Yeah, but you know what? They better have weed out here. California, legal weed. Like, it's really cool. It's everywhere. On every corner. Like, if you want weed, it is almost always right in your face. Go get yourself some gummies and go out to Joshua Tree. Man, I hope I have beer, or I hope they have beer at this location. Hey, you know, I'm gonna, you know, I'll talk about it. We're gonna see it. We're gonna talk about the Joshua Tree KOA, and that's their attempt at a Joshua Tree experience, right? So we're gonna see if they understand like the hippy dippy aspects. If they're gonna have beer or not. They better have beer, because people really are gonna go to this place to party. It'll probably be, I don't know what this place is actually. I don't think it's relaxation. I think it's gonna be bonkers. And I think there's gonna be people right on top of me, which the other day, I mean, if you go back and watch my videos at Vale Lake, I was kind of annoyed about my neighbors because they were annoying little kids. I had annoying little kids for like weeks, and I know they're on vacation. Okay, it was spring break. But spring break made me hate that, right? I couldn't stand it. And I know kids are about to be on break for summer. I've lived in an RV for years, okay? I've been around kids. It's not them, it's just certain people and certain kids. Don't take that out of context and get all mad. I had people get mad at me. I'm super open to anything I'm around, okay? You have to be able to adapt to everything. If you really want to live in an RV, you got to adapt to all situations and just be like, yep. Like, if you want to live in a van, you want to live in an RV, you want to travel the country, you got to be ready to basically live like you live in a tent, okay? If you can't sleep in a tent, then you shouldn't live in an RV. And part of what trained me to be like this, if you guys wonder, is I'm an Eagle Scout. So growing up in Boy Scouts, I would do this crap almost every weekend. And I love this stuff. Go out on adventures. I don't think I could have told my younger self that I would conquer the United States and then the world. Maybe I would be. I probably would have thought I would have done that by now. I was pretty cocky at points. Maybe I'm cocky now. Or maybe I'm a loser now. I actually don't care. Who gives a crap? I'm both. I wouldn't be out here if I wasn't confident. But also, I don't think I'm that great. I'm just trying to make a living, dude. I hope things work out. And go to Qatar. I'll end up in literally the other side of the world. It's literally 12 hours away. It's crazy. The World Cup. The biggest event in the whole world. By the way, the last KOA asked me to perform there. A really nice lady at the front desk. Hey, the front desk ladies were pretty nice to me. They wanted me to perform there. I hope you can hear me over my engine. Probably not. I feel like I'm talking about details of stuff that I'm gonna have to repeat if you can't hear me. But maybe I'll repeat it anyways, because it's about all I got going on. All these people are like, I'm gonna pass this guy going uphill because it's the most dangerous thing you could do. Dumb, dumb, dumb. You see this blind corner? Those people are bad people, and I don't care. I don't care that I'm going slow. And they know I'm gonna go slower. But I don't care, because I've ridden a moped, scooter. It's a motorcycle, man, but it's a 50cc motorcycle. So we're gonna call it that. And you know why we're gonna call it that? Because I hurt my leg because it fell on my leg and I wasn't even freaking moving. I just fell over and then my leg got smashed and now my knee hurts all the time. And I don't know if I should go to the hospital or not. We'll find out. But I hate that I'm about to go to probably, arguably, the best hiking spot in America. Probably, you know, no one would probably argue that. This is super famous. So if it is the best hiking spot, I have to go hike at least 10 miles, right? That sucks. And I don't know if my knee is like broken, because it really could be. Or fractured in a weird way. Gonna have to turn pretty soon. San Bernardino National Forest. Hey. All right. We're in a national forest. All right. There's an RV park over there. I wish I could stay at that. You can never get into the national parks officially. I got into this KOA. I'm actually really surprised. But it's probably because it's not that close to the actual place. But I didn't actually try to get into Joshua Tree again and stay, because you can stay the night there. I want to. I'll try. We'll try to get in next week. I would go on adventures, but staying there, I think you got to document that campground, right? Within the actual national park. And we haven't done that yet. I haven't done a single national park stay. And I'm sorry for that, because I want to. You just can't ever get in. They're booked forever. They're booked up forever because they're best places in America. So this thing's steep. I'm going 35. We're barely moving. But there's not a huge hurry for me up in the mountains because it's scary anyways. Like, I really don't want to fly off this mountain. Problem with driving and streaming is like everything's like a hurry to run into any of this stuff. Plus I'm in a national forest, so it's like pretty, and I'm gonna gawk and have fun. Don't peer pressure me into going back. Oh man, by the way, I saw the saddest thing in the world earlier. You want to know what was so sad is as I was leaving the RV resort, the KOA in Temecula, which is where I came from, by the way. I'm leaving the driveway, and I'm leaving, and there's a dead squirrel in the road. But, man, look at the rest in peace sign. Could you imagine what that means with that huge cliff and how scary this is? I don't care about anyone who wants to go fast on this. It's too dangerous. But anyways, I was leaving this campground, and the RV person ran him over, and now his buddy Carl's gone forever. Dude, this car is going way too slow, and they're not telling me they're turning. Jesus. That person's an ass. Stuff like that. I got more pool out here. They seem to know what you want. I will say one thing that's kind of a bummer about that last place is they have the best mountain biking ever, but they don't have slower traffic use turnouts. I don't understand. Am I supposed to get over? They didn't let people rent mountain bikes. And I asked the front office, I was like, you guys have mountain bikes you rent? And they're like, no. But I've been to other places, like the place I stayed at in Hannah Park in Jacksonville. It has a tropical forest mountain biking area. I know I keep bringing it up. I have videos about it on here. There's videos of the Florida mountain biking I did. And I did that place a bunch. And I lived there for a long time, so that's why I talk about it a lot. Because I used to ride in there all the time. It's actually why I bought my mountain bike. Because the place was so crazy that I had to try it. Anyways, they rented mountain bikes there. So I was surprised they didn't, but the lady said they might in the future. They're like, we just became a KOA, and so now we're going to get all this stuff the KOAs have. And I'm like, yeah. Because KOA, you know what Campgrounds of America does? Is they're just going around finding the best campgrounds in the best locations and buying them. And they're just a big franchise thing, and that's pretty smart. I mean, you don't even have to do anything. You take out all the designing, you just change the problems and make the best ones. At this point, you guys realize, like, you know, I'm a VIP KOA member. I could give advice to campgrounds, people building campgrounds at this point. I think, you know, 3 years on the road. Wait, who knows? Does anybody want to hear what I have to say? I can tell you what I like and what I don't like really quick with a lot of this, and what I think other places are doing better. And I'm not picky. Like, I can be picky. If I'm angry, I might be picky, but I'm not picky. I will sleep on the ground for the most part. Like, I'm just not, I don't know, looking for a good time. Where's Joshua Tree, bro? You Joshua? Is your name Joshua? There's a pretty good likeliness that somebody named Joshua is watching this. Mostly because I have a friend named Joshua, and he seems to watch these sometimes. You know, he may not watch this one because it's really long. So it's really funny. We'll talk about him in this at the end. And see if Joshua watches me go into Joshua Tree. Did he plant this there? I doubt it. How many Joshuas did this place cause? Are they all named after this one giant tree? I mean, like, why you guys keep naming your kids after a tree? Is it one tree? Why is it called Joshua Tree? Is there a giant tree? We'll find out. I think I've watched content of like crazy events being held here. I just, you know, wasn't aware. It's almost like if you looked into Burning Man like one time and you never thought about it again. Which all this stuff makes me want to go to Burning Man. I mean, you get to see what it's like out in the desert. And you realize that, like, an RV in the desert with a bunch of people building art is what it's all about. Oh, yeah. Is it annoying when I just go into, like, a full-blown just, oh, yeah? Maybe. But guess what? It doesn't matter if you're annoyed by that. Don't watch. That's the thing. Oh, yeah. Are you annoyed by the squeaky engine? Are you annoyed by all the sounds? Is this video too long? 40 minutes is pretty long. I don't know if people want to watch the driving videos. Maybe they do. Sometimes interesting stuff happens. You can go back and watch. There's one episode I did, entering California was an interesting one, because when you cross the line, they check if you have fruit. Whoa. Oh, man. Wow. Jeez, that's like jaw-dropping. I don't think anyone cares if we go slow by that. That's like the best view in the world. Jeez. No freaking way. This mountaintop is crazy right now. Oh my God. Driving up here is hard because you want to pay attention to everything else. You're like looking off a cliff, but if you fall off the cliff, you die. I'm at another national monument. Everything's a national park. I mean, did you see what that looked like? I wish I could have gotten out. I don't know if you can get out back there. Maybe you can. I wonder if we can up here. Wow, yeah, it's right there. This is a national monument. Oh, I could have went there. I hate my leg right now. I hate that I hurt my leg. Like, why shouldn't we go do that? I don't have any plans right now, man. I'm headed to Joshua Tree. I guess I shouldn't get wrapped up in like a 20-mile hike. There will be hiking where I'm going. That's all there is. That's all there is everywhere I go. If you want to go hiking, you go to Florida. You go to California. And if you want to ride motorcycles, or if you want to go dirt biking, pretty much if you want to do anything ever, California has everything. It's probably the most diverse place ever, and that's why it's so famous, and why even if they make weird decisions in the government or with their lives or whatever, the place itself is undeniably amazing. Jeez. see that. I doubt it, but it doesn't matter. All these people are stopping. Dang it. And they're probably stopping for business, but I don't care. I want to get out. Everybody's getting out. Is that like a rest area? Look over there. I've never actually stopped somewhere, unloaded my motorcycle, drove around the area randomly, and then gotten back. I've never done that before, but this area makes me want to. Look at how cool this would be to scout. Like, someday I'll be ambitious enough to take out the bike, conquer random locations like this, leaving my RV random spots, and go around. Because that's the most adventure it gets. You're not even near spots you could park. Because I'm still limited by wherever my RV is parked. Because I can't go that far on my motorcycle. I guess I could if I wanted to go camping. It'd be cool to just take it out separate and go on a separate camping trip away from even my own equipment. Go out in the desert randomly and hide. Like, you know, just remote camping. I should have pulled over. Oh. Wow. You can pull over back there. This is dumb. I'm in a national park and not getting any of this video. I mean, I'm getting it on here. Who knows how the internet looks? My live stream is bonkers all the time. They give you all these side roads. I don't know if it's for safety or if it's just for gawking. Some really crazy stuff in this video. I mean, wow, look at that BMW. It's gold BMW. You know that guy's a jerk, probably. Oh, geez. It's not. But, well, I guess a few episodes back, like I think episode 50, around episode 50, things got crazy. This is cool. We're at the bottom now of the thing I was looking at from the top. We're in the valley. We're in the cool stuff. This video might be long enough. Hopefully the audio wasn't just completely shot by my decision to not use Bluetooth. Or my Bluetooth headset may have reconnected. I don't know. It's hard to say. Live streaming, once you're live, like especially when you're driving like this, live streaming has a lot going on. And you never really know unless you have a guy helping you. I wish I had a guy helping me. Oh, I gotta stop here on red. Wait for the pilot car. Interesting. Nice. Wait for it. This is kind of weird. There he is. We have a private escort right to Joshua Tree. The guy's name's Joshua. Should I tag Joshua? Do you think because Joshua is such a popular name that tagging it either does it bury that the word Josh, or does it mean that a lot of people look it up and so the word Joshua might be popular and you might actually like get views? I like to think of things like search terms. Will people look up Joshua Tree? Well, of course they will. There's the pilot guy. Our hero. We're about to go on an adventure, apparently, because it must be real crazy up here, because we gotta have a guide. We gotta have a guy come in and be like, we're gonna have to show you up these mountains, because it's about to get dangerous. Oh yeah, here we go. That guy's a pilot. Full-blown airplane pilot flight. Here we are. Should I just run into that pole before it makes it all the way up? I was so close to doing that, it's not even funny. That was the slowest moving pole ever. Why you do that? It doesn't have to be like that. It's kind of cool to be in the front. This is like being in the front of a roller coaster right now. Whoa. Whoa, this whole place fires. Look, it's a forest fire. Oh my God. Wow. Everything is burned. I mean, that's the most desert, right? Is when everything lit on fire. Wow. Never been through a forest fire before. In the desert. To be visually. This is about to all be intense. Wow. This is death. It's scary. Yeah, we're in San Bernardino National Forest. What's going on? Well, I mean, does it say rams? Whoa, there's good God. This is the most photogenic place of all time. I have friends who we're up in the clouds all the time. That fog right there might actually be the clouds. That's what's weird. God, this place is distracting and scary. Any wrong move and you die. But visually, you can't like stop looking around. I'm on Mars. God. Gotta slow down. Ugh. No way. My brakes, one time going downhill, my brakes started heating up and catching on fire. When I got down to the bottom of the mountain, my brakes were smoking and I thought I was going to catch on fire and I didn't know what to do. It was really messed up. And luckily we've been okay since then, but I mean, this reminds you of what just happened back there. My brakes, I had to use them too much. If you use your brakes too much, I may stop. Yeah, my brakes were too hot. I wasn't even stopping. They all honked at me like I was doing it wrong. That was scary. My brakes get too hot and we're out in hot desert. I'm gonna use low gear, which is like what it says right there. And we'll get back up there, and which will work better. Look, there's a bunch of people that die out here. There's all these things. It's scary. This is death. If you go down this hill too fast, you'll die. Hopefully I can get on this mountain again without people running into me either. Low gear. Man, it does not like. Oh my. But I'm in low gear. Last time I used low gear, it seemed like it kind of messed up my engine a bit, because the whole engine took all the weight of the RV, which it's doing right now. My transmission may get shot eventually. And these really 35. I'm holding my, trying not to hold on my. Jesus, this is scary. Oh God, and people have flown off of there. That's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Screw this, dude. I knew taking the desert was gonna be intense and mountainous and whatever. Don't know, man. This is scary. I hope I'm okay. There were people that honked at me for pulling off the road, but it's like once I got off the road, I couldn't actually stop completely until I put it in gear. So I'm gonna. That's what this is. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen. My brakes don't freak out. Coachella Valley. Is this where Coachella happens? I bet it is. Like they're not sticking very well. And I'm glad this motorcycle guy is. And I think I'm going to take you guys out here to see how scary this actually is. Because this is the scariest place I've ever seen in my whole life, hands down. I'm sweating, I'm shaking. That road was so scary. Look at just that road down there. It's like Mars, man. You can smell my brakes. I'm not a fan of that. It smells so bad. I'm burning them up. This makes me want to puke. Maybe I'm making it worse by looking at what this looks like. So is this where Coachella happens or something? I don't know. It says Coachella Valley. It looks like Coachella could happen right over there. What do you think? Or right over here? You could do it anywhere. It certainly smells like brakes. I don't know if that's me or everybody. It's probably everybody, because now it's hot out here and then your brakes get hot. You see how far down those people are? I don't know. Can you see those cars? Yeah, they're tiny. They're right there. This place is insane. It makes you want to. You're afraid of heights? Smells like brake pads. This is scary. It's crazy. I may take some videos and stuff, guys, then come back and reconnect. I don't know if I should show. I feel like I gotta show the rest of this road, I guess. Even though it was treacherous. But I feel like I gotta get some videos up here. So I'll try to do it without stopping, but it usually cuts me off. That's been an hour. That's probably good. I'm gonna let you guys go from an amazing spot and then I'll start over. Epic. I've been out on the road for 1 month. Been good stuff, guys. From the craziest location ever. Insane. Wow. Well, wish me luck. Hopefully I'm safe, guys, because this road is insane.